Hello everybody and welcome back to SkySaga Alpha 8. We're over here in the Wastelands and it is time for more building and more just awesomeness around in this place. Or at least I hope it's going to be awesomeness. We'll see how all of that goes. So what we're doing today, this one is probably going to be a little bit of a shorter one. Obviously this is the end of the jungle week. Now what that's meant is that I haven't had quite as much time as I usually do during the week to go out and collect materials specifically for this. It also means I'm not really going to have as much time to record this video, so this one may be a little bit shorter, but you know that better than I do, because you actually know how long this video is, having clicked on it already. So anyway, what we're doing today, the Jungle Mastery has done a great deal for us. So it has got us a whole bunch of different resources and materials that we're going to be able to use in this episode. So the one that I'm really focusing on right now is the sand. So we've got 61 orange and 130 red sand, which is awesome because that means we can do lava today, and that I am really excited for. On top of that, we've got some red wax to do up some more candles, we've got some red crystals to do up some more beacons, and we've got some glass panes, which are made from red sand, but that actually means that we can do up other red light sources as well. So we can actually keep going with this little trick that I've got down here of placing down beacons under things and lighting the thing up as we need it lit up. Now, so I'm going to start knocking out some blocks down along here. The other thing I do need to do, probably between this cut and the next cut, is go out into just a regular old forest and pick up some yellow sand as well. Unless we've got lots of yellow sand in this chest over there. We might have a bit. I do remember that we had a fair amount. Okay, so we've only got 26 yellow sand. We've got 113 orange. That's perfect. That really means we're going to be able to crack on with this build very quickly and very easily here. So anyway, let's get some lava underway. Okay, so here we go. So the lava now stretches from this kind of base pool here all the way down the trench, all the way up into here, where I'm actually just starting on creating a lava waterfall. Now, I did have to go out and very quickly pick up some more yellow, because as you can see, I kind of sort of ran out of yellow, and yeah, like I said, I had to go out and grab just a little bit more just to make sure that this all went according to plan. Now, this is going pretty well, I think, and yeah, on the mini-map even, if we go have a quick check out of that mini-map, you can see the lava flow coming down through the ravine, and I think that looks amazing. That is a lot better than I thought it was going to look, which is really good. That's always a win when something like that happens. Now, obviously, looking at the mini-map right now, all of this stuff up here, this is all our graveled section, and that's looking pretty good. But as you can see, we've still got a very long way to go before we have enough gravel to cover this place out. Now that means that that's not going to be done in today's episode, because I don't have any gravel, and I probably don't have the time to go out and collect lots and lots of gravel. So it's going to have to be done next week to kind of gravel this place out and see how we go with all of that stuff. Obviously, hopefully we can get this thing 90% to kind of 95% finished this week, as in, and by this thing I mean the ravine, which means that we'll be aiming to take some gravel and kind of probably build it out over this way, I would say, build some gravel out over here, and we'll set up our second location out over this way somewhere. But like I said, we're going to need some gravel to kind of fill around this side and then out over here, because that is going to be the big thing, because the gravel is the only ground that we're going to have all the way out there. Now, we've literally just hit the ground level here, or just about to hit the ground level here, and we're probably not going to have enough sand to make it down on through into all of this. I want to try and get as much of this done and lavaed up as possible, but obviously it's not going to be 100% done in today's episode. Obviously, once we've thrown down some more sand, we're going to go through and light up the path down through here, much like I've done with these guys down over here with the beacons and the underlit smoke effects and stuff. So you could probably just hear at the edge of your hearing there that the saw in here is going, because that is for making up a whole bunch of wood for those braziers and things that I need in underneath there to get all of those smoke effects going and looking lovely. Anyway, as you can see, lots and lots of stuff to do. So let's crack on and add some more lava down the bottom here. Okay, so here we go. We've got our lava pad down the bottom here. A huge thanks to Ashwee, by the way, who came in and handed off a whole bunch of orange sand, because that meant that I could actually finish this build off in time this week without having to go and collect just a whole bunch more orange sand. In fact, I have so much, like, she gave me so much, I might even be able to do a little bit of a touch-up out in this area, because there's a lot of yellow out here. And I didn't really see that when I was going through earlier. But yeah, as you can see, we've got all of our lava down pat. Now, obviously, lighting around here is definitely an issue. I can't have torches just sitting on top of my lava, but that's okay. We'll get to that very soon. Now, also, you can see just here, I've also started putting down a few braziers and fire pits and stuff underneath this lava to get the fire effects going. And we've got the same thing in the whole way down this guy here. So as we go down, you're basically just barely going to be able to see these. It'll be a little bit easier if I pull out nothing or no torches. You kind of sort of see that. Now, if we head down underneath the island, you can see what I'm talking about. Now, there have been a lot of fire pits placed down under here. So here we go. This is our first little entrance bit down. And then we've got just a whole boatload of fire pits down here. And I can't actually get through all the way down there. But as you can see, it follows that lava all the way down. So that's giving us our smoke effects in underneath the lava. I've also got a bunch more that need to go down here. So this is the underside of that giant lava pad, as you can see down here. And yeah, it is looking good at the moment. So obviously lots more fire pits need to go in. But yeah, we're getting pretty close actually, and I'm really liking this. I'm liking the fact that this lava is coming together this nicely and this easily. We may end up not finishing this today just because the lighting to get this thing to look right is probably going to be a little bit challenging, but we'll see how we go with all of that. Let's go ahead and get that sorted. Check it out! The lava is now lit up, and doesn't that look magical? It just looks awesome with all of the lighting in place. Now, obviously, if we come down to the ground level, the beacons are pretty easy to see, but I've been trying my very hardest to make it so that when you're up on these walkways, you're not actually seeing any of the beacons, and all you're seeing is actually just the lava and the lava colors going through and the lava lighting happening. Oh, it looks so good! It looks really, really good, and I'm so happy with that. Now, obviously, I've been messing around with the lava lighting down in here as well. Now, what I've found is that if I put a beacon outside, so all I need to do, like this guy is actually hidden out through this wall, that is going to throw a bit of light down and around. So what I'm going to need to do is place some beacons all the way around the edges, near all of the corners, because it seems that the light comes through the corners best out of anything. So that means I'm going to throw lots and lots of beacons down in the corners out the back there. And hopefully that's going to be enough to light up a whole portion of this thing. And then, of course, we can come in underneath here as well and place some beacons down in there. And that's going to look really good, I think, because it's going to, once again, give us that lava lighting thing that we've been going for without actually having any beacons or light sources visible anywhere around the place. Now, of course, some of these sections may be a little bit too dark. So, like, for example, this patch here may not ever get hit by beacon light. So what I'm thinking about doing is placing a beacon down there anyway and then covering it up with a mound of dirt or something. So it looks like it's a rock kind of jutting out from the lava or something along those lines. Just something else to allow me to place down a beacon where I want more beacons. And yeah, just kind of let me sort of cheat to get the lighting in place down here. Now, the other thing that's going on down here, we've also added in a few crates and things, and I think I've actually got, a couple more crates just here to stack on top of this lot as well. We're going to throw a few more crates around the place just because I like the idea that it's kind of a bit of a storeroom type thing. And of course, we need to build up a chest to put it on the back here. That is one thing that definitely needs to happen before the end of this episode, I think, because otherwise I'm probably going to forget to do it all over again, and it won't be there, which is just not great and not what I want at all. So hopefully this place is starting to look good to you guys, because it is certainly looking good to me, and it is very, very close to the vision that I had of this place when I first started building, and I kind of first decided that this was a project that I wanted to build up. Now, The only problem I have right now is I am running out of materials to build beacons with, which does put me in a little bit of an awkward spot. So I'm going to have to go and collect some more materials up. Obviously, I could go through and use up my glass panes. The only problem with the glass panes is pretty much everything that I can build these guys into require settler's dust of some form, and that just, oh, sorry, all of the lighting things. The large window doesn't, for whatever reason. But what that does mean is that I am not only having to put lots of material and resources into these, but I also have to put in settler's dust, and I'm going to have to make a lot of these things too. So it's probably not going to be the way we do this, just because that's just going to be a waste. It's going to be an absolute waste, which is a bit of a shame, because otherwise that would be a quick and easy way to get this guy off the ground. Anyway, I'm going to keep going with this place, probably find some more stuff to make some more lanterns and bits and pieces and stone beacons and stuff, so that we can keep going and keep lighting this place up, and hopefully we'll get a nice, really kind of scary look to this place. So these plans have gone exceptionally well. Now, as I mentioned last time, I'm just going to build a whole bunch of these beacons that we've got down around here and use them in the other area. Now, I haven't shown you that yet because I am so excited. It looks really, really awesome. But yeah, so anyway, I've made a whole bunch of those beacons. I place them around the outside, and then I also place them in underneath the little podium place. But I realized I had spots missing, so I had to like place beacons down out in the open, and then I decided to cover them with sand and stalagmites, and oh my god, it looks amazing! Check this place out. How cool does that look? That just, it came together so well, because these guys, like the little piles, obviously in under here there are beacons, and I've just kind of like put the beacons down and thrown some sand down around next to them, but adding in just the stalagmites just makes this build. Like, it just absolutely makes this build, and it really does actually feel like this is lava, like this is actually what I wanted it to be, and that is awesome. It just worked really well. There is definitely a tutorial for this one coming your guys' way, because it just looks so good. Obviously, I need to go down here, change up the lighting around here just a little bit, I think. But yeah, this thing is looking great. Absolutely awesome. So, if we have a look at this thing from the two places you're really going to see it from, or three places you're really going to see it from. You're going to see it from here, and you can so cool. We're coming on down through here. Obviously, we then go up the other side and have a look at it from over here. It just looks perfect. It looks so much like it's actually supposed to be here, and yeah, the rocky outcrop stuff, like these guys, I was really worried about that. I honestly was incredibly worried about having to put extra stuff down on top of the lava pool, because I was worried it wasn't going to look right, and just the fact that I can build stalagmites and stalactites and put those things down, it's made the build. It really has made the build. Anyway, finishing up on the lighting talk, I think the next thing we need to do is light this pad itself with red candles, because that's kind of what we've been lighting everything else with. And yeah, kind of finish this place off. Obviously, finally get there and put that chest down in place. The other thing that's happened here too is that I've actually updated and upgraded to these lamps. Now, these lamps are a rough lamp, I think. So this one is just a standard groundwood one, and that one as well is also a standard groundwood one. So they give off the normal kind of groundwood type color. But I've also got some red ones like this guy. So this is made out of rustwood, and once again some groundwood ones. So I've been kind of sprinkling these things over the build, places where I did have torches before. Torches are being upgraded to the groundwood and the rustwood rough lamp. Now, this is costing me a little bit of settler's dust, but yeah, I figure it needs to happen. And I can't keep not using settler's dust thinking that something else big is going to come along, because that is just going to be me ending up at the end of this with a bunch of settler's dust that I didn't use. So anyway, I am going through and using it. I still don't like it. It's still just really annoying that I have to go through and use that stuff. And it's annoying that I have to worry about using that stuff in my builds. I think is the most important part here. But like I said, it is like these rough lamps do look really cool, so I am happy with those. And yeah, I guess I'll just have to bear the fact that I am using up Settler's Dust to do that. So anyway, I'm going to keep going with the lighting around here. Obviously, I've got a little bit of lighting stuff I need to do down in the bottom area down there. I also have a few more torches and things around the place that I forgot about that do need to be updated and upgraded. So we get all those things done and have another look around this place. And this is getting really close. This is really, really close to being finished, this main section of the adventure. Okay, so this place is really, really, really close to being done. The only things that aren't done right now are things that I don't have recipes for yet. So as we were kind of mentioning before, we've got the rough lamps in place and all of that stuff is looking good. Now, I've also put a few more rough lamps around the place. I have left torches in some of the places around here. So, like in here, we've got the rough lamps out the back, but then we've got the torches out the front because these rough lamps really need to have that kind of extra block above to have that like smoke effect appear and look okay and look half decent. So we need to, yeah, make sure I'm placing those down where they can be used effectively. And then, of course, in here, I've changed my mind about doing torches, and I've lit this entire place up with rough lamps, and that looks damn good, if you ask me. Haven't made any changes out the back here, because this place is actually being lit up by the fires and the cauldrons and stuff in the cooking there. We've still got a torch in here, but I think that's what this rough lamp here is for. I did make an extra one, and I was wondering where that was supposed to go. So here you go. We'll quickly swap that guy over. Perfect, nice and easy. Now, once we get up here, we've got some red rough lamps up here, which kind of lead into this whole cave system thing that we've got going on, which is looking pretty good. Now, over in here, these guys are pretty much the same as they were before. The only thing is, these are the ones that I'm saying I'm not quite finished with this build yet, because obviously I need to go through and put the jail benches above these guys. But don't have that recipe yet. I'm still waiting. I haven't actually even seen the treasure amber to get that recipe come up recently, which is why we don't have it and it hasn't been done. So might change that guy over. Definitely going to change this guy over at some point. Probably end up putting a rough lamp on the wall over here, and then we come back down in here. Not much has really changed, although I really should change up these torches for rough lamps as well, because that's going to look really good. And then down here, you can see already things have changed. We have the end location chest now. Now this thing is looking really good. This is just made out of bleach wood and moon iron, so if I actually get my torch out, you'll be able to see that it is very, very white. But the beacon up here is a darkstone beacon with a grey gem inside it, which gives this kind of weird semi-glow effect type thing, which is really, really awesome. So there's going to be another one of those placed down here. I just don't have any grey crystals right now, so we're going to have to go out and find a couple of those to put down somewhere along the line. But that'll be fine. We should be able to do that. No problem. Although, I think that's probably not going to happen in today's episode. All of these little changes are going to happen between episodes, and we'll come back over here next episode, have a quick look around, and then we're going to move on with the rest of this build, because obviously this is just the main adventure. This is not everything that's going to happen on this island. So, anyway, I think, like I said, this is going to be the end of this episode. So, I hope you guys have enjoyed that one. Please let me know what you think of this build in the comments section down below, and I will see you in the next episode.